generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Wisconsin has seen a slight increase in its population, but the state could possibly lose a congressional seat the next few years. The latest figures from the U.S. Census Bureau show the state's population rose a bit over the summer, sitting at just under 6 million residents. But state officials are warning that could start to go down with an aging population and declining school enrollment. The Wisconsin Department of Administration is predicting the state's population will drop to 5.7 million by 2050. With the population trend, Dr. Jonathan Service of Carnegie Mellon University projects that Wisconsin will lose one seat in the U.S. House after the 2030 census. The city of Milwaukee has a new website that compiles resources for immigrants. The Know Your Rights and Available Resources page includes preparedness toolkits, general fact sheets, and links to legal services. Milwaukee police remind the public that
a person's right to file a police report, participate in police community activities, or otherwise benefit from police services is not contingent upon their immigration status.
The Milwaukee Common Council says the website is one of several steps they're taking to keep residents informed and protected. 8 people, including 2 babies, were rescued from a burning apartment building earlier Sunday morning. The fire trapped residents inside a 2-story building near 77th and Green Tree. Milwaukee Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky says several were hurt.
We rescued 8 people. 4 of them went by paramedic unit, expected to survive. There was an additional 2 people that jumped from second floor windows, ended up with broken lower extremities, and we had 1 firefighter with minor burn injuries.
Chief Lipsky says the building is not livable. This building also did not have a sprinkler system. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I think tonight you got the rebroadcast of Truth Unfiltered coming up. You got me. You got all kind of stuff going on. The world has gone like absolutely crazy. And so it's just one of those days. So what I'm going to do today is try to fix my posture because I keep getting talked about. Why don't you sit up? You know, I don't want Kwanda harassing me. Hey, why don't you sit up and, you know, you're slouching all over and all that stuff. So I figure I'll just raise the microphone here. And then I can do that. Then I'll sit up. It looks like something's growing out of my... Hey, what's up, Kwanda? How's it going? Willie, what's going on, dude? So I met Willie the other day, and he walks up, and I'd seen him off and on, but I didn't know he was Willie. And then he finally came up and said, hey, how's it going, man? Good to see you, bro. I was like, hey, how's it going? He's like, yeah, I'm Willie. I was like, you're Willie? It's like, yeah. You didn't mention me in the chat. I said, well, I didn't see your name. So I got hollered at. He was like, you better mention. No, I'm just kidding. So I want to make sure him and his wife, I want to say thank you for listening and thanks for hanging out at this. Hey, what's up, Lucretia? And let me see. LT is up in here. So what's going on? Everything's going great. It's Monday. I haven't been feeling well the last few days. So when you listen to the rebroadcast from our sister station, 620 WTMJ, Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas, I had to like check out last night because it was rough. It was rough up in there. So, you know, I'm still, you know, just trying to hold it down. I still got stuff to do today. It's been a long day. I was teaching all day today, ripping and running, and now here I am trying to cause trouble, trying to make sure everything stays, phone calls, and I had issues with a website I was trying to get in. Called them at 8 o'clock this morning, finally got through. Let me see what time I finally got through to them. I got through to them. You know, when people tell you, we're backed up in calls and we'll get to your call as soon as possible. They said, watch this, your wait time is 9 minutes. My call went through at 11:47 a.m. 9 minutes. That meant at 8:09, I should have been talking to somebody. 11:47. But they came through, they fixed my issue, and everything is great. Everything is wonderful. So, you know, everything is going well. Evidently, everything is going well, but, you know, we got to deal with government. You've seen some things that have been happening. But we saw something today in government that we don't really see in government. It wasn't a press conference. It wasn't an excuse. It wasn't an investigation that drug on forever. It was actual decisive leadership. I'm talking about Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley made a move that sent a message across the county and beyond. He fired the county's HR director. And let me be clear. It's not about personalities or standards. It's about accountability. It's about what leadership actually looks like when it stops talking and actually acts. And politicians do a lot of talking. They don't do a lot of acting. Because we've seen in Milwaukee County and in government in general, when something goes wrong, what do? We want a committee that's going to get together so that we can study. Try to sound like Sherwin Hughes. We get a review, we get a report, it's going to be looked into, and by the time you do, the public has moved on. We saw that with MPS. The damage is done, nobody's held responsible, but not this time. This time the message was clear. If you are in charge of people, policies, and performance and you don't perform, you don't stay. That's leadership. Now, let's talk about why this matters in Black Milwaukee. For years, our community suffers, not just from bad policies, but from bad management. Systems don't work. We bring people into the hiring system at the last minute and then force your guy in. And the city council, we talked about it on Friday, had to make a move and do what? elevated to a department, and then that person's no longer eligible. That's the only way they can get rid of the person. We have departments that fail people, processes that hurt the vulnerable, and what's missing? There are never any consequences. Okay, so we had a contract, and we're operating under an old contract, and we don't have a new one, and you were supposed to get it done, supposed to start like September 18th when auditors were asking you for information, and you didn't give it, and now we're waiting and waiting. And then when we ask you for 2025, you give us 2020 and 2023. When leaders know there's no real accountability, performance drops. That's true in business, policing, firefighting, education, government, and you don't fix broken systems with a speech. You don't fix it with a news conference. You fix it by you set an expectation and then you enforce it. So, many people say, well, that's pretty harsh. That's mean. No. What's harsh is a family losing services when they work for the county because a certain department isn't functioning. What's harsh is workers stuck in a toxic environment because leadership won't act. What's harsh is us taxpayers paying for incompetence. Firing somebody in a leadership role isn't cruelty, it's responsibility. And when you're entrusted with public dollars and public trust, you don't get unlimited chances, because that's what we love to give. So here's a real lesson. Leadership isn't about being liked. It's not about having somebody kiss your ring. It's about being effective. Too many leaders want applause instead of results. They want people to be They want to be popular instead of being respected. They want peace, not progress. But leaders actually understand something. Short-term discomfort creates long-term stability, and that's what we now have in the county when it comes to health care. When you let poor leadership slide, you send a message that mediocrity, it's okay. When you address it head on, you send another message. Excellence is the standard, and that second message changes culture. I mean, think about this. You're an employee in county government watching all of this unfold. What are you thinking? You're thinking, yeah, they are serious. You're thinking performance actually matters, that if you don't do your job, you'll get fired. What you really should be thinking is, I got to bring my A game. That's how organizations improve, not with a slogan, but with standards. So let's be real. In black communities, we often talk about wanting better schools, better services, better outcomes. So we got a new superintendent, Milwaukee Public Schools, Dr. Brenda Cassellius. And she came in and did the same thing. Bounced people out, moved people around, made change, done. Those things would not have happened without better leadership. Not just leaders with good intentions or they tried, but leaders that have courage to make tough calls, because progress is uncomfortable. Progress steps on toes. Progress is going to disrupt the status quo and the culture that has become stagnant. But stagnation, it feels good. It just kind of destroys your community quietly. So when County Executive David Crowley's move was made, it represents a shift from reactionary leadership to proactive leadership, not waiting for scandals to explode or keeping it quiet and not letting problems pile up, but actually addressing an issue when it became clear. That's what CEOs do in a successful company. That's what generals do in the military. That's what championship coaches do in sports. Something Wisconsin should look at. And that's what effective public executives do in government. Now, let me say this, too, because balance matters. Firing somebody doesn't really solve everything overnight. It's not a magic wand, but it's a start. It shows that there are expectations, there are outcomes, and there is direction. And direction is what Milwaukee County and the city of Milwaukee have been craving for 30 years. But here's a bigger truth. The city and the county don't suffer from a lack of talent. We suffer from a lack of accountability at the top. Those department heads, those elected officials. When leaders are allowed to fail upward, systems crumble. When leaders are held to standards, systems improve. We just saw that. It's simple as that. So today's lesson isn't about like one guy getting fired. It's about a mindset. It's about a shift toward leadership that says we're not doing business as usual anymore. It's about putting performance over politics, results over relationships, service over comfort. Because when leaders actually lead, like David Crowley just did, Milwaukee County community actually benefits. When leaders actually act like David Crowley did, trust is rebuilt. When leaders actually enforce standards like David Crowley did, the system actually starts working. But let me leave you with this. We are in a city and a county that's hungry for progress. We're tired of dysfunction. We're tired of demanding better. We want decisive leadership that's not controversial. We didn't have any conversations. We didn't have any committee meetings. We didn't have conference after meeting after committee. We didn't do any of that. What we saw today, it wasn't hesitation. It wasn't politics. It wasn't delay. And I read an article earlier. I got to say this. Hey, Tom Tiffany, running for governor, you got it wrong. This time, this is not just about leadership. What David Crowley did, that's a boss move.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth. The award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history. All month long, we're honoring the voices, the stories, and the achievements that have shaped our past, empowered our present, and continue to inspire our future. Tune in for Dr. Ken's Trivia, spotlighting powerful facts and moments you need to know, and Tori Lowe's Our Voices, Our Stories, amplifying the youth, perspectives, and lived experiences that define who we are. Tune in all month long as 1017 The Truth lifts up the legacy, the brilliance, and the power of Black history. Because Black history isn't just history, it's happening every day. 1017 The Truth's celebration of Black History Month is proudly sponsored by Educators Credit Union and Tayback Law. Celebrating Black excellence, celebrating our history. All month long on 1017 The Truth.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Want to say welcome to day 2 of Black History Month. Brought to you by Tayback Law. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great month. We got a lot of stuff that's going on. Got a Black History trivia quiz that's on Fridays. Yep. We got all kind of stuff going on this week, next week, following week after that. It's going to be great. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great Black History Month. You're going to have a great time. You're going to have a wonderful time. And, so it's not bad. It's not bad at all. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me see who. Hey, Stacy, how's it going? Stacy joined. Where'd that come from, LT? LT said, I'm a transitional leader, not transactional. Everybody is a transactional leader. Transactions are just a part of life. You can't get around being a transactional person. But you can be, it was up, Dimitri, but you can be, now transitional, like, do you know what transitional means? Like, what does that mean for you, LT? Because transitional is you kind of fill in when you're transitioning from one leader to the next new leader. You just fill in. So those are usually the people that, do the cutting and the... Yeah, before we get the new leader, we have a transitional leader coming in, and then they come in and fire people and lay off people and make all the changes, and then the new person comes in like, ta-da! Hey, I didn't do all that bad stuff that happened before. So a lot of people get paid a lot of money to be a transitional leader. Let me tell you, most people do. What's on your mind? 833-212-1017 is the number. Can anybody explain to me Groundhog Day? Like, why do we even have Groundhog Day? I don't really understand. Well, if the groundhog sees a shadow, then we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter. Really? So then why do we pay meteorologists? We just should have groundhogs stick their head out the hole every day and go, hey, tell me what, okay. It makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. I mean, it's tradition. Why? I don't understand. And everybody, we got to go see, Puxatawny Phil. Puxatawny Phil's got to be like version, 200 maybe? Like, how long do groundhogs even live? Well, I should probably, let me see, how long does a groundhog live? 2 to 3 years? Man, get out of here. That's Puxatawny Phil's great grandson or daughter. And what if it's a girl and his name Phil? Maybe it's Philomena. I don't know. But something's not. I just don't get the whole groundhog thing. Do you? Like, I don't really get the whole, groundhog thing. It's just 23 minutes after the hour. They're expecting lake effect snow. This is old. Let me look up. Wow, watch this. WEATHER. Okay. What's the weather? What's going on right now? Right now it is this right? Really? It's 27 degrees.
Feels like 19 degrees. Winds are from the west-northwest to 7 miles an hour, 24 minutes after the hour. Okay. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I don't get the whole groundhog thing. Like, I don't even know where that came from. Like, Milwaukee County Zoo has a rhino that predicts an early spring. Why are we listening to the rhino? And of all the things you would pick, a rhino? A rhinoceros. Like, why? For the life of me, I just don't understand that. But that's what they do, Milwaukee County Zoo. They predicted an early spring. The zoo made the announcement on video on Facebook. Why didn't you call the media? Because I can't see CBS 58, Fox 6 Now. I can't see WIS. I can't see the zoo called and said that, Rhino Kianga predicted cloudy skies on an early spring forecast. Like, really? I don't understand. Some of the things. Now, the zoo's groundhog, Gordy, died in 2023. And since then, the zoo has tapped other animals to serve as a predictor on Groundhog Day. So think about the logic here. They picked a rhinoceros to predict weather on Groundhog Day. That by itself means you should probably not listen to anything that comes from the zoo. I'm just saying. Do you follow that? 833-212-1017 is like. Do you actually care? Do you actually care? And I have some questions about Black History Month as well. Like, do we really understand where Black History Month comes from? Do we really understand the significance of why we celebrate Black History Month? Because a lot of times other people get a little. Okay, a lot of times white people get a little weird when it comes to Black History Month. So I think some of the things we have to do as black people during this month, I know we don't want to have to every time explain everything, but I think during Black History Month, we should explain some things for Black History Month so that other people understand our culture. LT said that was supposed to be transformational leader. Well, you're not a transformational leader. You could be transformative. Jesus is transformational. I don't know if you're going to turn water to wine, LT, but I'm just I'm just giving him trouble. And why are you stuck on Olivia Dean? Wow. DJ Brothers even looked up when I said Olivia Dean. Wow. Why you stuck at, so what's
I played her song last week.
You played her song last week. I know you did, but I'm just saying, what's the big deal? You done fell in love with Olivia Dean?
Oh, just that one song.
Which one?
Man I Need.
Oh, she got Best New Artist on the Grammys last night. Yeah, I ain't never seen people just get all beside themselves, like, oh my gosh, like, wow. And I mean, she's cute, but I'm just saying,
You gonna play the song or keep talking about it?
What am I gonna play?
Looks like we're making up for lost time. Need you to spell it out for me.
No matter how I'm feeling, this song is being a good one.
All night. It's like a type of alchemy. Introduce me to your best
don't make music like this no more, Dr. Ken.
I can come and slide right in.
Your generation don't make music like this.
I kinda wonder where you are. Already know I can leave it alone.
Y'all see what I got to put up with? Y'all see what I got to put up with? LT says she's a big deal. They said the same thing about every other black female artist that. Now you know why she's different, right? Because she sounds like she white. But then you look at her, she looks black, and so she's got that exotic look. And then she's skinny with the long black hair. So, hey, in 20 years, she too will be like Mariah Carey. And now with 101.7 The Truth traffic, I'm going to go duck and get me a body protector because somebody might come after me. Here's Debbie Lazaga.
Well, it's a little slow westbound 94 from 27th Street all the way past Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound's backed up from about 84th Street, just past 68th. We've also got delays eastbound 894. This is a shorter delay from the Hale all the way to Forest Home. The westbound side's backed up from 27th Street past Loomis to about 60th Street. And then southbound 43 still going to be heavy from about Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high rise. Another little heavy spot between Chase and the KK River crossing. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a slight chance for snow to the south, a low of 11. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 21. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation, it's time once again to celebrate excellence, passion, and the power of community at the 2nd Annual Truth Community Awards, happening Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 inside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. This award show will honor the unsung heroes who show up, give back, and make a positive impact in our community every single day. We are rolling out the red carpet and showing love to those who truly deserve it. Buy your tickets now by visiting 1017thetruthAwards.com. Tickets are just $20, which includes free food and exclusive Truth giveaways. Join the 1017 The Truth team for an unforgettable night of entertainment, inspiration, and community pride at the 2nd Annual Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 20th at Venue 3 in Milwaukee. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Green Bay Packers have signed General Manager Bryden Gutekunst, Head Coach Matt LaFleur, and Executive Vice President of Football Operations Russ Ball to multiple-year contract extensions. The contract information will drop sometime this offseason. The Milwaukee Bucks started off hot against the Celtics, but lost by nearly 30 points, 107-79. Doc Rivers on the game.
We have not had a rhythm, in my opinion, the whole year. We've had, win 2 games, win 1. We had the one where we won 6 out of 9. That was our only stretch. Other than that, this is what we've been doing.
Bucks are now at home for 3 games, beginning Tuesday against the Chicago Bulls at 7. In college basketball, the Badgers beat Ohio State 92-82 Saturday. Marquette lost to Seton Hall 69-64, and UWM lost to Cleveland State 90-88. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Twist the one to make you stop. The icing on your cake, the cherry on the top. It's heaven in my heart, and we could find you some space. I could be the world to you, the missing piece, the extra sentimental kind of chemistry. Some people make it hard, with me that isn't the case. 'Cause I think it's so easy.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. So when I made that comment about sounding white, LT said, where was it? How do you sound white? I don't know what. Yeah, I'm not gonna even die. Yeah. You can actually sound white and sound black and sound Hispanic. Like you can have a cultural, a linguistic, cultural bent to your voice, your intonation, the way you use words, all that. You can actually be white and sound black. You can be black and sound white. You can be Hispanic and sound like British. It's just linguistics, but you can sound white. So LT, you don't think people can sound like they're a particular race? I don't know. Al said, who was that? Al Walters said, "Hey Doc, I'm sorry I tuned in late. No worries. I did not catch what you said about Mr. Crowley being or making the boss move. What did Mr. Crowley do?" And then Stacy, hey, what's up, Stacy, said he fired the HR director for botching their health insurance. Yep. And then Crystal said, "What's up with all the commercials interrupting the show today? Try watching yourself on YouTube and seeing your face and your show interrupted by commercials. But hey, everybody got to make money, right?" Crystal says, "Sometimes I don't get any except for when I first put the show on, but today I think I've had 4 or 5 in 30 minutes. Me too. Matter of fact, one just popped in, so I'm just saying." Crystal says she's British. So I got to, let me, which is probably why she sound white. So maybe that's why she sounds the way she sounds. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. Does it really matter? No. But it explains a lot. I'm just saying, it explains a lot. Dimitri asked LT, what planet is he from? Well, don't bash him because that's how he feels. Just disagree. Or say you don't agree, but don't like do the anyway. I'm gonna be nice. 833-212-1017 is the number. What are you going to do to celebrate Black History Month? LT said the one where you can sound intelligent and not assert that to whiteness. I never said I asserted intelligence to whiteness, ever. Never. Never. Barack Obama sounded like a black man. He's intelligent. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't really understand that with LT. That don't make no sense. You want to fight about it? I don't. So, I never thought I'd come to see this, but I guess we have a generation where we don't inoculate. Or we've got people in schools like K-8, high school, college, who haven't been inoculated. CBS 58 has a story. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services and Public Health Madison, Dane County, confirmed a case of measles of a Dane County resident today, marking the second confirmation in Wisconsin this year. The person, who reportedly exposed to measles during an international travel in this case, is not related to the case confirmed in Waukesha County on January 26. Health officials identified several UW-Madison buildings as possible exposure locations, saying that people at the following locations during those times may have been exposed. Brogdon Psychology Building, Weissman, Waisman Center, Genetics Building, Biotechnology. Isn't that an odd place to get exposed to measles in a genetics building? And of course, the Union South on Dayton, which could affect thousands of people. Anyone exposed between January 25th and February 2nd would expect symptoms to begin between February 4th and the 23rd. People at these locations should check their measles, mumps, rubella vaccination status. 2 doses of those measles vaccines are 97% effective at preventing the disease. Symptoms include runny nose, high fever, cough, red watery eyes, and a red rash with raised bumps. Measles is highly contagious and can spread through the air. Anyone who develops symptoms of measles should stay at home. Call your doctor or clinic. You ready? Before you visit. Don't show up at the clinic and be like, hey, DJ Brother Z, I'm at work. By the way, I don't feel good. I got this red bump on my arm. I wonder what that is. It's too late. You've already spread it. You can go to Wisconsin DHS and they can give you more information. Would you I don't understand how people get the measles. Do people still, some things I get, some stuff you just don't want to vaccinate your kid, and it may have an effect. That's your choice. But as an adult, you need to really rethink how you're going to cause significant trauma. Crystal says, see, I told you there'd be more. So, yeah. LT said, I was talking to Dimitri. So, what's up, Mal? How's it going? Yeah, it's going to be a light day. I have such a headache. So here's the voice. Well, here's the voice.
More kind of 80s influences, synths, and different kind of drum grooves than I would normally look at. I felt like a lot of stuff I was making before kind of sat more in a Motown space, which I still really love. But yeah, I just wanted
You know who that is?
Different, and Prince is just...
That's Olivia.
Just a wealth of inspiration in his discography.
100%.
Yeah.
So there she is. She's British, and that's her voice. Sound like a white girl. Because here's a white girl talking.
Well, they're thinking, what on earth is that? So it's a performing arts college. It's a known thing that Adele went there, Ray went there, Jessie J, Amy Winehouse, more recently Lola Young as well, of course, yourself. When you were at Brit School, was the plan to always be a pop star?
I don't know about a pop star. I think I was figuring it out at school, kind of where I wanted to take it, but I knew it was always, yeah.
They sound alike to me because they have the same accent. I'm just saying, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. She is kind of cute, though. She is kind of cute. She's got that medium, right? She's in the middle where everybody like her. I'm not touching that. I'm going to let people in DJ Brother Z's generation, parse that little thing. So when they get in trouble, they got, yeah. So I can have plausible deniability. Who am I? I'm Dr. Ken Harris, and I'm a member of Educators Credit Union, where your money is powered by purpose. Educators Credit Union, community advocates driven to uplift the Milwaukee community with donations to local organizations such as Milwaukee Tool, Library, and sponsorships of events, large and small, that take place in your backyard. Make the switch. ECU.com. Just go to ECU.com, insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility is required.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
Wisconsin winters can be tough, and so are higher energy bills. The Community Advocates Milwaukee County Energy Assistance Program is ready to help you. Eligible Milwaukee County residents can receive help with their energy bills and weatherization benefits to keep you warm and help you manage your heating and electric bills. Schedule your personal appointment at keepwarmmke.org or call 414-270-4653. For more details about locations and hours of operation, go to communityadvocates.net. This program is administered by the State of Wisconsin Department of Administration.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do little wiggles. The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts, because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So you think it was only a matter of time before somebody got measles? It's just, Crystal was like, yep, I told you it was coming. But think about it. So if you really want your kid to get exposed as a kid, can you get measles a second time after you get it? You know what I mean? Like, if you're not vaccinated and then you get measles, does it say, hey, you're good for the rest of your life, you won't get it again? Or if you have I don't know. Because, if you really think about a college campus, everybody loving and kissing and hugging, and you're gonna get sick. Like, that goes without saying. But can you imagine like a child care center? Like, can you imagine a child care center? It's like a giant petri dish. Like, you would literally, if I want my child to get this done, and in order to get the child, I think I know what I'll do. I'll just take him to daycare. Your kid will be sick in like a day. And they just, Anyway, it's a wonder I didn't get sick having children. Because you catch every little germ and but they're also younger, so they can fight it better and all that. But then are people just tired of being told, you got to be worried, you got to be this? Does anybody even care about vaccinations anymore? 833-212-1017. Is Milwaukee fairly vaccinated? I wonder. Are you vaccinated? Did you get vaccinations? Or are you from a generation where, you got them or you didn't? Did you get No, I'm not going to ask DJ Brother Z because that's personal. That's your business. I got vaccinated. I'll speak for me. I got vaccinated. I only took the COVID shot because I was working in law enforcement. They forced us to get it. Should I have gotten it? Probably not. I would have done with COVID the same thing I did before. Once I reached a certain age, and they said if you're over or under a certain age or with pre-existing conditions, then get it. So then I waited till I got that age, and then I got it. I did not get a booster or all that stuff since I first got it. And then that was it. And I probably had COVID like 927 times.
Yeah, I only got 2 COVID shots.
Yep. And that was it. But I don't think it's anybody's business. Like an outbreak like COVID, I don't think that's anybody's business to start dipping into your medical files and dipping into your background and using COVID as the reason. You wouldn't dip in if they had cancer. You wouldn't dip in if they had, lost kidney function, or dip in if they had an eye removed. Like, none of that's your business. Why would COVID be your business? And so I just always thought that was just unfortunate that we hogtied and harassed people to get vaccinated on something that was their choice. And some people died from it. I agree. But we didn't fight like that because people died from, I don't know, the flu. And the flu was like 62% effective. So I don't know. That's just kind of weird to me. It is. It's just kind of, I don't know. So how are you going to celebrate Black History Month? What are you going to do? What are you going to do to celebrate? Do you celebrate Black History Month? What are you going to do to celebrate Black History Month? Like, it comes every year, and you kind of do stuff, but do we have like a Black History Month celebration? Maybe we have a Black History Month party or something. I don't know. Like, I've never had anything. Crystal said, yes, I hope so. I'm vaccinated. Okay. I don't want to know which ones, but yeah, anyway. Black History Month. Are you going to celebrate Black History? And how do you celebrate Black History Month? Do you have a party? Do you go to a movie? Do you have, eat black food? How should white people celebrate Black History Month? Or should they? I don't know. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How are you?
I am just fine. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay, good. I heard you had a headache.
Yeah, a little lightheaded. I didn't say headache. I said lightheaded. See how people just change stuff? See how you could actually say stuff, and by the time you get to people, I said lightheaded. And then Crystal gonna type, you said this. I'm gonna play it back. Then RN Kwanda gonna jump in. You said this. I'm gonna play it back.
Well, I thought I heard
Crystal
headache.
said, you said
so
headache.
I'll go to play
I
it
said
back.
headache. I said headache. You don't say opposite or whatever you say. Come on, stop.
Okay. Well, you're going to say opposite of what I said about the shot?
What? Like what?
You don't even know what I'm going to say yet.
That's what I'm asking. What?
Well, what did you say about the shot? I was just talking about to get them.
Did you have you been vaccinated by anything? Like growing up, you get your vaccination. Did you get like rubella and all that, German measles and?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, smallpox, whatever. All they had, we had at the time I got them. The little trailer used to come to the school. Like a little trailer, and they was all loaded up with the stuff.
Really?
And we'd go take turns. Yeah, at the school.
Wow.
And and then I was like I told you, I did reserve work, so. Being in that part of service, you had to get all kinds of shots, and then I was on a medical team at work.
Wait a minute.
And had to get some more.
Wait a minute. You're a veteran?
Well, I was on reserve.
Reserve?
I never went to the full thing of the military.
So what? You were Army Reserves?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah. And I got all kinds of shots. And then I took a medical thing at the school. I was going to go into like nursing stuff, and then I had to take a lot of shots for that. So I took a bunch of shots.
Wow.
Maybe that's why I'm living so long.
Wow.
You think so?
Wow.
Because I'll be 77.
I don't like shots.
I never had the chicken pox. And then they said if you had that, you need that that shot you have to get for, I can't remember that little disease. But the ones with the nerves, each your nerves kind of. But
well, COVID kind of did that too. So I mean,
I had the COVID too. Yep. I didn't really, I was young when I took the other one, so I didn't know. But the COVID, I really didn't want to take it. But a friend of mine, she wanted me to take it. So
well, if you were over a certain age, they suggested you take it. So if you were over 65, then you should have taken the COVID shot.
I wasn't going to take it. She kept pushing me to take it. And then the flu shot. I really don't take the flu shot.
Okay.
Because I took it at work. I took it free. And it just made me have the flu. I didn't have no flu before.
Okay.
So I just don't take it.
that COVID shot whooped up on me something awful. Because I took the flu shot and the COVID shot at the same time.
And
that's too much. It was like somebody. Luckily, I took it on a Friday. Because otherwise, I would have been. It was wicked.
Yeah.
It was wicked.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't take two together. I just took that one, and if I had to take another one, it would have been down the road.
Okay.
But yeah, so I took them. So I was just commenting on your shots.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you much.
I'm not gonna mess with you today.
All right.
Bye, Dr. Kid.
Bye. Dimitri, you got 30 seconds. Go.
Uh-oh. Hey. Oh, shoot. I'm going to be celebrating Black History Month. First of all, how you doing, Dr. Kid?
How are you? Now you got 20 seconds.
Pretty good. I don't know. Maybe I should calm down. But, yes, I'm going to be celebrating Black History Month. I believe in vaccinations. That's why I'm 50 years old. And the previous caller, it's such a blessing for her to not get chickenpox as I did when I was a senior.
All right. Thank you much. I appreciate it. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Hey, Quanda. Hey, Crystal. Hey, LT. Top 5 at 5 next.
Well, yes! We got some news for you. Sister Bailey.
Yes!
Inform Truth Nation what is coming and what they need to do.
They need to mark their calendars.
Yes!
For Friday, February 20th, for the second annual Truth Community Awards.
Read!
Hosted by Home of Love.
Yes!
And your girl, Bailey Coleman.
Talk to me!
Celebrating individuals making a real difference in our community. And here's the important part.
Yes!
Tickets are on sale now. Visit 1017thetruthAwards.com to learn more. Woo! 5:30 to 8 p.m. at Venue 3.
We gonna be there! We gonna be there! We gonna be there! We gonna be there!
The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Milwaukee College Prep, Cousin Subs, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them: epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation, because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready to act.
Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Wisconsin has seen a slight increase in its population, but the state could possibly lose a congressional seat the next few years. The latest figures from the U.S. Census Bureau show the state's population rose a bit over the summer, sitting at just under 6 million residents. But state officials are warning that could start to go down with an aging population and declining school enrollment. The Wisconsin Department of Administration is predicting the state's population will drop to 5.7 million by 2050. With the population trend, Dr. Jonathan Service of Carnegie Mellon University projects that Wisconsin will lose one seat in the U.S. House after the 2030 census. The city of Milwaukee has a new website that compiles resources for immigrants. The Know Your Rights and Available Resources page includes preparedness toolkits, general fact sheets, and links to legal services. Milwaukee police remind the public that
a person's right to file a police report, participate in police community activities, or otherwise benefit from police services is not contingent upon their immigration status.
The Milwaukee Common Council says the website is one of several steps they're taking to keep residents informed and protected. 8 people, including 2 babies, were rescued from a burning apartment building earlier Sunday morning. The fire trapped residents inside a 2-story building near 77th and Green Tree. Milwaukee Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky says several were hurt.
We rescued 8 people. 4 of them went by paramedic unit, expected to survive. There was an additional 2 people that jumped from second floor windows, ended up with broken lower extremities, and we had 1 firefighter with minor burn injuries.
Chief Lipsky says the building is not livable. This building also did not have a sprinkler system. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of adjustment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Was that good enough? Let me check the YouTube. I haven't checked the talking text line. What's going on with the talking text line? What's going on? Daphne said, Dr. Ken, we absolutely need vaccinations. We don't want diseases coming back that we've already beat, i.e. polio, the measles. Brian said, one aspect that I look forward to during Black History Month is telling the stories and bringing light to the Negro Leagues and the adversity Black baseball had to overcome in the not so distant past. Diversity, Black. So let me think about that one. Okay. Cool. Fawn say, I ain't getting vaccinated since the 1980s. I ain't been sick or had a cold in 25 years. Yeah, but when you get the one, bam, it's going to knock you back. Fawn said, that girl, Olivia, is mixed. White daddy and black mother. Dude, your language is never. Your language is like, you got to stop that, dude. Millicent says she will never be a Mariah Carey. Nobody will be a Mariah Carey. Only Mariah Carey is. Again, Mariah Carey's out there by herself. Like, her and Whitney Houston are great, but one isn't better than the other. They just are who they are. They just, yeah. So, ain't going to never be another one. It's like Aretha Franklin. Gonna be another Aretha Franklin. Oh, she's like Aretha. No, you're not. Yep. That's a good point, though. Very cool. 833-212-10. Uh-oh, where'd I go? Oh, yeah. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Number 5.
There we go. So, Trump said the Kennedy Center is going to be closed in July for a 2-year renovation. The Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts will close, this from CBS 58, for roughly 2 years to allow for extensive renovations, President Donald Trump said yesterday. A move that comes as the nation's preeminent arts institution contends with a flood of cancellations. Trump has made reshaping the Washington institution a priority in his second term, and in December he handpicked Board of Trustees, added his name to the building, leading a wave of artists pulling out of performances. I don't know if I hate somebody that much that I'm not going to get paid to do something. That's just me. I don't want, his name is on the bill. I don't care. Pay me. Trump said on social media that he determined the closure, slated for July 4th, will produce a much faster and much quality result as he seeks to rebuild the complex. Trump said the move is pending approval by the center's board, which last year elected him chair. Self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't really care. I don't go to the Kennedy Center. I don't care if it's the Trump Center, Kennedy Center, the Walworth, the War. I just don't care. I just don't care. We complain about stuff that has no significance to anybody's life at all, but rich people who pay $1,000 to get a ticket to go somewhere.
Number 4.
From StraightArrowNews.com, new Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program rules, y'all know it as SNAP, went into effect yesterday. The requirements involve changes to work requirements. Prior to the changes, the U.S. Department of Agriculture posted training and support services on social media in an effort to help those affected. Well, Secretary Brooke Rollins told Fox Business, SNAP benefits are not meant to be long-term. The American dream is not being on a food stamp program. The American dream is not being on all these programs. That should be a hand up, not a handout. As of yesterday, we have moved 1.75 million people off of SNAP. Under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act of 2025, work requirement age requirements were raised from 54 to 64. There are still some exemptions. However, able-bodied adults without dependents are required to prove work status, including exemptions for American Indians. And according to the new law, able-bodied adults must work or volunteer 80 hours a month. That's 20 hours a week. I think that's reasonable. The Congressional Budget Office estimates the provisions would reduce participation in SNAP by about 2.4 million people in an average month from 2025 through 2028. 34. Those affected, roughly 800,000 people, would be able-bodied adults up to age 64 who do not live with dependent children. About 300,000 would be able-bodied adults 18 to 64 who live with children ages 14 and older. Another 1 million would be able-bodied adults from 18 to 54 or 18 to 49 beginning in 2031 who do not live with dependents, but who, under the Congressional Budget Office January 2025 baseline projections completed before the law's enactment, would have been granted waivers from the work requirement. They estimate that reduced participation among veterans, people experiencing homelessness, and young adults who were in foster care at age 18 would be partially offset by increased participation among American Indians. Overall, they project a net decline of about 300,000 SNAP participants within these groups. You agree with that? I don't know. I mean, I've seen it both ways, where some people take advantage, some people don't. Some people, don't need it, but they still get it, or they kind of fall through the cracks and you don't find them. But, I mean, I kind of get it. I get it. And it's tough when you've been there and then you worked your way through it and you did it. Sometimes you think other people can do it, but there are actually people who are in dire need of SNAP benefits to make ends meet, to eat, to live. And for those, I think it should be consistent.
Number 3.
A University of Wisconsin-Madison student has been diagnosed with measles. We talked about it earlier. This is from the Associated Press. That's according to UW's chief health officer. The student lives in an off-campus apartment in Madison and is recovering after receiving medical care, but it's possible others on campus may have been exposed. Wisconsin Department of Health Services, the Public Health Madison-Dane County are working to identify and notify people who've been exposed to the measles virus, including working closely with UW-Madison regarding on-campus exposure locations. I remember working one day, right? I was in law enforcement. I'm working. So I'm trying to think of the part. So there was an outbreak in Milwaukee, and somebody that I know called me and said, hey, and I think I've told this story before. They said, hey, where you at? And as I'm going, I don't know if you know, like at the Milwaukee Police Department, usually when you're a shift commander, you had your own parking space. So when you have your own parking space, and they have 2 lieutenant spaces, right? So if one lieutenant's already there and another one shows up for work, there's somewhere to park. And then that one pulls out, and then when the next shift comes, there's always somebody if they don't leave early or whatever. So I pull in, the other lieutenant's gone. So I pull in, there's a sergeant in there. So I'm like, bet, I'm coming to work. I'm dressed, head to toe, uniform, weapon, duty belt, vest, everything, headed into the office. I open the door, I walk in, and the sergeant leans out and goes, hey, you doing a roll call? And I said, sure, I'll be in a second. Roll call started at 48 minutes, 12 minutes before the hour. And I get there, it's like 3:46. Got a couple minutes and I'm walking, and instead of going into my office, I hang a left and I head towards roll call. Yeah, I'll just do it now. And I'm talking on the phone. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing good. Where you at? I said, I'm at work. They said, well, you might want to go home. And I said, why? They said, you've been exposed to whooping cough. And I stopped. I said, what does that mean? Well, I have the city of, I said, wait a minute. Why are you calling me? This is a friend of mine who works for the health department. But I thought they were calling me to go, hey, what's up, Ken? How you doing? Nah. They're like, hey, you've been exposed. So the other person contacted the health department. They got a list of all the names of all the people they were with, near, in the same location. My name was on it. You saw my name, so you called me. He goes, yeah, I know you usually go to work. I was like, well, I'm at work. He said, well, you can't go to work. I said, well, why can't I go to work? He said, you quarantined for 3 days. I was like, what? You're quarantined for 3 days. I'm like, I can't be quarantined for 3 days. I Had to call. I'm leaving. Captain comes out the office, looks at me and says, hey, I need to talk to you for a second. I said, you can't. And I walk out and I get in my car. She's looking at me like, did you just disobey an order? I said, let me call you back. I call her and goes, hey, I may have been exposed to whooping cough. And had I walked into roll call, that entire shift would have been at home on lockdown for 3 days. Do you think I would have kept my job after that? They would have been like, you know what? I think your retirement's going to come early, like right now. Oh, it would have been a mess. It would have been a mess. So I can't imagine walking in knowing that you're infections, and then you got to sit down and go, all right, so I came in the building, I sat down, I ate some food. Oh, wait a minute. I got to go to the people that I ate food with. Was anybody standing in line with me? Then everybody I spoke to, 1, 2, 3, 4. Somebody was waiting to come in, 5. Then I walked past Andrew. I walked past Tori Lowe. I walked past Kyle, DJ Brothers. Can you imagine somebody calling in and saying, yeah, Truth Nation will be doing the entire show from home, everything, because Dr. Ken decided to get the measles or get whooping cough. Can you imagine being at UW-Madison and somebody, hey, so we've had 800 people come through the building and we got to track them all down and tell them if you get symptoms. And then if one of them gets symptoms, that like jacks everybody. I'm never, so here's the deal. I'm never speaking to people anymore, and I'm never shaking a hand. You might get a fist bump if I feel like it. Some people actually get offended when I fist bump them. We talked about that. I went to fist bump somebody before. He grabbed my hand, and I pulled it away. Like, don't do that. Like, if I fist bump you, I fist bump you. If you don't want to, say no. But don't do that. So when they grabbed my fist, I pulled it away. And I think they got offended, but I didn't cry about it.
Number 2.
From CBS 58. So the Epstein files came out, right? Within the past 48 hours, the undersigned alone reported thousands of redacted failures on behalf of nearly 100 individual survivors whose lives have been turned upside down by the recent release. No kidding. See, y'all try to rush and you want them to do it. Oh my God, they're late. They didn't do it. One of the reasons why they were going so slow is to redact names. But you wanted it. We need immediate judicial intervention. So you got it. And now you got people's names in there. 100 individual survivors' names are now out in the public. Why? Because the knuckleheads who are anti-everything wanted it released because they thought they was going to find something. There is no conceivable degree of institutional incompetence sufficient to explain the scale, consistency, and persistence of the failures that occurred, particularly where the sole task ordered by the court and repeatedly emphasized by DOJ was simple: redact known victim names before publication. Then you should have waited. They told you it was too fast. You kept telling them they had a court order. Like, how many people do you think it would take to go through 1 million pieces of document? 1 million pieces. It's just stupid. It's sort of like a gotcha, right? I'm going to tell you to do it, and then when you do it, I'm going to complain that you did it wrong. Well, you told me to speed up. Yeah, but you're supposed to do it right. You didn't give me enough time. The lawyers list numerous examples of redaction errors that they've come across, such as one minor's victim's name allegedly being revealed 20 times in a single document. Once those mistakes were reported to the Justice Department, the department only fixed 3 of the errors, leaving 17 instances still unpredicted as of this file. It's too much. It's too much. You wanted all the files, you got all the files, and now you're complaining because you got all the files. You wanted them to rush, and they rushed, and now they made mistakes. And now you're complaining about the mistakes that you wanted them to rush to give you. That's why you don't trust it. That's why you take your time and you do it line by line, page by page. That's all. Now, here's the other thing. Why are you going through this nonsense? Why do you want to read who Jeffrey Epstein was with? Why do you care? He's dead. Leave his victims alone. The other people that were with him doing dastardly things on that island have been sufficiently chilled. They should know Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Whether you believe he killed himself or not is another story. But you can't. With 500, now watch this. They got 500 reviewers. Okay, so let's figure this out. You tell me, DJ Brother Z, whether or not you could do this. If I got 1 million pages divided by 500 people, each person has to go through 2,000 pages to redact. That means you have to read everything, make sure the date of birth is there, and then do it. These aren't necessarily pages that are digital.
It seems doable for them.
2,000?
You're working in a high level of government. If you can't read a 2,000-page book, I don't know what type of degree you need or how many books you needed to read, but if you can't, I mean, over your you should have been able to, all the papers you had it right, like, come on now.
So, 2,000 pages that you have to read line by line. You only work 7 hours a day. You take an hour for lunch.
If that's your job, that's doable within a month.
2,000 pages.
That's 500 pages a week.
You've never... Okay, here's what I'm going to do.
100 pages a day over 7 hours.
I'm going to bring you 10 pages, and I'm going to put information in it, and then I'm going to give you a list and say, this is what I want redacted from these 10 pages. I want you to tell me how long it takes. It's not as easy. It's not as easy.
It should be easier than having to go through things and actually figure out what they're saying.
But you have to figure out what to redact.
Anytime that said name needs to be redact it. Simple as that.
And then I have to read it along with the date of birth, and I have to figure out whether or not they're an adult. I have to figure out whether they're a victim, whether or not they're a survivor. All that has to be taken into account. It's not just a simple see it, cross it out. It's not as easy as you think. So that's what I'm going to do. Next week, I'm going to give you 10,000 pages.
That's fine. You getting 20 mistakes. And I'm only fixing 3.
No, you're supposed to get it right because anybody can do it. If you went to college, right? You went to
Not
EWS?
for what they did.
You can read. You can draw a line.
Barely, I'm dyslexic AF.
Welcome to the real world, dude. I feel you, but at some point, you know, if you rush, you make mistakes.
But they could have been doing that during the government shutdown. They ain't have nothing else to be doing.
You can't work during the government shutdown.
I'm not making excuses for them. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not making excuses to them either. I'm just saying they messed up and they need to fix it too. I ain't saying they're great, but I think the expectation was too high because the time was too short. Give them more time. That's all I'm saying.
And even then, they had plenty of time. They knew this was coming. They had since November. And even before then.
You've grown so heartless.
Because this is serious.
Yes, it is. And that's why it's important that you take your time to make sure minors don't get their names or victims don't get their names or survivors don't get their names out in the public domain because, you know, we got these knucklehead journalists who will do anything, start chasing behind you. Can you tell us what happened? Nonsense like that. So I'm just, you know, being, y'all see how DJ Brother Z beat me up?
Shut up.
You see how he just beat me up and then he told me to shut up? Elder abuse.
Number 1.
Former Wisconsin surgeon was sentenced to prison. For what? Well, a transplant surgeon has been sentenced to federal prison for distribution of child pornography. 47-year-old Calvin Erickson was sentenced to 6 years in federal prison on last Thursday. Following his prison sentence, Erickson will spend 7 years on supervised release and will have to register as a sex offender under state and federal law. At sentencing, the judges notes that Erickson's sexual deviant behavior was disturbing and that his conduct contributed to a market which perpetuates the abuse of children. So here's what they're saying. We have no higher priority in the criminal justice system than to protect children, and we will continue to devote substantial resources to catching and punishing those who steal their innocence. That's what U.S. Attorney Brad Zimmel said. This case demonstrates the troubling reality that people who prey on children for sexual gratification can come from all walks of life. City of Brookfield Police Department is thankful for the efforts of Homeland Security investigations and the U.S. Attorney's Office. I'm proud to have such outstanding criminal justice partners who are committed to protecting our children and holding people accountable for such egregious crimes. So here's what happened. A Wisconsin transplant surgeon who actually is supposed to save lives is charged with possessing child pornography. July 15, 2025, federal agents showed up at his subdivision in Brookfield, the culmination of a 2-year Homeland Security child sex crimes investigation. There were 358 pictures and 66 videos. He's was a transplant surgeon at Children's Wisconsin Frederick Hospital, and he is also an assistant professor at the Medical College of Wisconsin. Erickson appeared in federal courtroom, and he was charged with distribution and possession. In 2023, Homeland Security agent in West Palm Beach, Florida, was monitoring sex crime online chat rooms. The agent was pretending to be a 29-year-old woman with an 8-year-old daughter, and when a user messaged her that he wanted to have sex with both of them, the user said he was a surgeon in Wisconsin. According to federal documents, the lurid conversations continued for several months until the man stopped messaging. And he only got what? How many years? 7? Wish they could put a 0 on it.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. On Wednesday night, the Milwaukee Panthers complete their homestand as they host the Detroit Mercy Titans at the UWM Panther Arena.
Refeed the block. Franklin. Contact. Yes. Score it and 1. Back to the top. Dixon. Driving right. Step back. Wing 3 on the way, and he hit it. Josh Dixon with a ceiling scraper.
Scott Warris has the coverage starting at 6:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 7 o'clock.
Injured at work, unable to work due to health problems, or denied veteran benefits you're entitled to? Last year, Tayback Law returned over $73 million in wrongfully denied VA and Social Security benefits to people in our communities. Tayback Law celebrates Black History Month by bringing its message to 101.7 The Truth. The team is thrilled to see Milwaukee achieve this exciting new outlet for speaking truth to power. And Tayback Law is always ready to fight for you. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
We need to optimize the PID controller for smoother robotic movements.
Our data analysis shows a significant correlation between the variables in both control groups.
The test shows you've experienced an acute myocardial infarction.
As you'll see on the syllabus, this course will largely focus on the Mesozoic era.
Get your child the access every child deserves. Enroll your K through 8th grade child by February 28 at Milwaukee College Prep, mkeprep.com/enroll.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
It's Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, yeah, I want to shoot, baby. Shoot.
Ooh. How you
doing, baby? No, not you. You, the bow-legged one. Yeah. What's your name? Damn, baby. That sounds sexy. Here I go again, girls. What's my weakness? Okay, then chillin', minding my business. Your souls, I looked around and I couldn't believe this. I swear, I stared, my niece, my witness. The brother had it going on with something kinda wicked. Had to kick it. I'm not shy, so I asked for the digits. I hope no, that don't mean.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. That was a song for Crystal and Curly Q, Quanda. Not really a city girl. Y'all jumped on. Quanda said, thanks, Dr. Ken, for being petty. But I'm up and listening. Curly Q say, Dr. Ken, and to the chat, welcome to the best month of the entire calendar year and happy Black History Month. What you gonna do this month? What you gonna do that month? What you gonna do? Crystal said, what year did you retire? 2017. LT said, rush hour, I'll see you later. Curly Q, where you come from? Mal said, why would they redact if only when crimes are committed? Isn't that getting rid of it? Well, they're redacting the names of the survivors and the victims. So you have to literally read all the reports, read them for accuracy, figure out who victims are and who that. And so you have a name, you might have a date of birth of a person that they question. You got to read it to find out, is this a victim? And then go through. And that takes time. It's not as easy as people think it is because they've never done it before. Of course, not really a city girl said, I agree with Zach. There are many scanning applications that could have assisted with the redaction, but why cover it up, expose them all? No, you can't do that. Not kids. Come on now. Y'all so mean. Shan said, your cavalier attitude about the Epstein files is completely inappropriate. Whose, mine? It's not about cavalier. For me, it's about making sure that those who are innocent don't get piled in with those who are, and you assume everybody because their name is in the file is guilty of something, because it's not true. It's not true. Victims' names should be redacted. Mal said that should only be the details redacted on those files. The fact that they were redacting other details besides that is highly questionable. What other details did they redact? They didn't. Anyway, I don't really care because they're not mine. They're not mine. So, I ain't in them. But if you have seen the files, have you seen the files? Have you downloaded them and read them? So, anyway. And here's the thing. If the person is not accused of a crime, you have to redact their name as well. Just because your name, somebody else having a conversation about Dr. Ken doesn't mean Dr. Ken did a crime. But the fact that that person's name was mentioned, if it comes out in court records, you have to redact that name because that person has nothing to do with what's going on. Does that make sense? Okay. So if you mention somebody's mother, so-and-so's mother is, going to such and such and such, you can't put their name in it because they have nothing to do with the particular investigation. That's just how it goes. Otherwise, once that's read into, you can make assumptions. Oh, so your name was there. Oh, they mentioned your name. But that doesn't mean anything. So what you create is guilt by association when there is no association. It's assumed. And so we gotta be careful. Gotta be very careful, right? You can say the wrong thing. Well, I was in the talking text line and so-and-so said, and I'm like, And now it's all over Spotify and it's on Apple Podcasts and the Truth app. And now your name is in it. But I read something. Oh, I read that wrong. Well, it can cause too much trouble. So what do? You redact it. When in doubt, remove it. They're not accused of a crime. They haven't been charged with a crime. There's no, it's the same as if you get arrested and you're not charged with a crime. They might read on the blotter, yeah, so-and-so got arrested today. But that doesn't mean anything. You were never convicted of anything. There were no charges from the DA. You didn't get a municipal citation. You got arrested and you got released. That means nothing. So why would you report that other than to disparage someone's character? Or it looked like they did something, but they really didn't do anything. Well, it doesn't matter. They got arrested. That doesn't mean anything. Probable cause means you did it. The judge looks at it. Nope, they didn't do it. Release them. You're released. No harm, no foul. It's you gotta be careful. You are literally. So Miles says, so what needs to be done for them to be accused and convicted? You have to have somebody say that you committed a crime. Just because the name is in there doesn't mean you had anything to do with it. There are a number of people in here that ain't got nothing. You do realize they went back and found everything from Jeffrey Epstein from a couple decades ago. So if you knew him and sent him an email about something totally innocuous, because we having lunch next week and y'all talked about a real estate project or an investment project, and you went and you didn't do the project, your name is in there because your email is in there. And they assigned your name to your email. Should you be outed as, here's the Jeffrey Epstein, when you're not? No. Your name should be redacted. But if your name is in there and it's in context, they just had lunch and it was over. They just had lunch and it was over. Boop. Never went to the island, never had any contact, didn't fly on, what was the name of that plane? The Lolita or whatever it was. Like, you know, when you start hanging out with people and they name planes like Lolita, you're like, you should probably not be on that plane. But there's no evidence. And if there's no evidence, you can't destroy people. You can't make an assumption about it. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. When we come back, today anchor Savannah Guthrie's mother was reported missing in Arizona. And now with the final check of traffic on 101.7 The Truth, here's Debbie Lazica.
Southbound 43, as you're making your way down from North Avenue down through the Marquette, it's going to be a bit heavy. Loosens up just a little bit, only to slow down again right past Lincoln, all the way down past the KK River crossing. Westbound 94, you've got backups from about 20th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Back on the brakes west of Highway 100 to the county line. Remember, we do have some debris in the left lane just about at Sunny Slope Road, so you want to be extra careful. On the eastbound side, delays from 84th Street to Hawley Road, and on the bypass, seeing some delays from Beloit Road down and around the Hale interchange to Forest Home. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, tonight mostly cloudy, a slight chance for snow to the south, a low of 11. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 21. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 101.7 The Truth.
Your taste buds are in luck. The Reuben is back at Cousin Subs. Try this classic sub grilled to order just for you. Stacked with corned beef, Wisconsin Swiss cheese, and sauerkraut topped with Thousand Island dressing and served on rye bread. And our delicious mint shake is back. Both the Reuben and mint shake can be ordered via the Cousins app or online for a limited time only. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Life isn't a single moment. It's a shared ribbon that bends through the years. It binds us to the things and people we love most. One insurance company knows this because they live it. For 100 years, we've been with your family for the moments that matter most. Erie Insurance.
Find a local agent at erieinsurance.com.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
I caught an Uber in the evening, and my show comes on. The playback is at 6. It comes on. My show comes on at 6 to 9. The driver was Somalian, and I was just, in the back seat. And so he was listening to my show. And we was talking about what was going on in Minnesota.
What was his take?
No, he liked my show. He liked it. He liked my show. He didn't know it was me, though. He didn't know that the person that was on the radio was in his back seat. So what was funny was
I was listening to me and listening to how he was listening to the show. And so I asked him, I said, you like that show? And he was like, oh, yeah, I love that show.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m., live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
Pollution from trucks is a public health crisis. Diesel-burning trucks belch dangerous levels of pollution, and communities living near ports and along freight corridors breathe especially high levels of this dirty air. But this crisis has a solution. My name is Sasan Sadat, and I work for Earth Justice. I'm working to clean up our air quality, particularly for communities that bear the burden of diesel pollution. For the sake of our lungs, our health, and our climate, the future of trucking in this country has got to be zero emissions. Until then, I will never rest.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Earth Justice is fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. If clean air matters to you, visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Green Bay Packers have signed General Manager Bryden Gutekunst, Head Coach Matt LaFleur, and Executive Vice President of Football Operations Russ Ball to multiple-year contract extensions. The contract information will drop sometime this offseason. The Milwaukee Bucks started off hot against the Celtics, but lost by nearly 30 points, 107-79. Doc Rivers on the game.
We have not had a rhythm, in my opinion, the whole year. We've had, win 2 games, win 1. We had the one where we won 6 out of 9. That was our only stretch. Other than that, this is what we've been doing.
Bucks are now at home for 3 games, beginning Tuesday against the Chicago Bulls at 7. In college basketball, the Badgers beat Ohio State 92-82 Saturday. Marquette lost to Seton Hall 69-64, and UWM lost to Cleveland State 90-88. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
If you're listening to Truth in the Afternoon, I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Hey, today, just like every day, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. You never miss a live show. By the way, Truth Unfiltered is coming up at 6 o'clock. I'll be in for the first hour, and then Denise takes it on till 8 o'clock, so make sure you hang around. Also, make sure you mark your calendar Friday, February 20th for the second annual Truth Community Awards hosted by Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman, celebrating individuals making a real difference in our lives. Tickets are on sale. Go to 1017thetruth.com, click the big old thing sitting right in the middle of the page and just click it. And then you go to Eventbrite, buy a ticket, come join us, hang out, have some fun. The Truth Community Awards are sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffel's Cousin Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. You got to celebrate with us. That's Friday, February 20th. The Truth Community Awards hosted by Homer Blow, Bailey Coleman. 5:30 doors open. We'll go to 8 p.m. That's at Venue 3 in the 3rd Street Market Hall. Got to have a ticket, so make sure you go to 1017thetruth.com. Don't miss out on the best Community Awards event in 2026. 833-212-1017 is the number. Before I get to this story, let me check let me check the talk and text line, because I'll be there. Okay. All right. So before the break, we were talking about Savannah Guthrie and her mom being missing. Well, today, anchor Savannah Guthrie was absent from NBC's broadcast this morning after her mother was reported missing in Arizona over the weekend. Now officials are saying that they do, in fact, have a crime scene. Nancy Guthrie, 84, was last seen at her home in Tucson on Saturday, and family members contacted authorities to report her missing on Sunday afternoon. This is from StraightArrowNews.com. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos said investigators found elements at the home that caused grave concern. However, he declined to provide details. Nanos told reporters that this stood out because of what was described to us at the scene and what we found and located just in looking at the scene. He didn't elaborate on what investigators found, but noted that homicide detectives have been called to the home to process the scene. Nanos noted their presence is not standard protocol and said officials can't rule out foul play. As of today, Nanos updated that we know she didn't just walk out of there. She did not leave on her own. Authorities say Guthrie is 5'5", weighs about 150 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes, and officials and family say she's in poor physical health but has no cognitive impairments. Search efforts are continuing with the help of drones, aircraft, helicopters, search and rescue dogs, volunteers, and the sheriff's office says crews worked through the night and resumed operations this morning. The Today Show opened this morning's broadcast by acknowledging the situation when anchor Craig Melvin called it a deeply personal story for us all. NBC shared a statement from Savannah Guthrie, who said, "On behalf of our family, I want to thank everyone for the thoughts, prayers, and messages of support." What would you do if a family member came up missing? Like, what would you do? I don't know what I would do. I would be the person that I think I am now and would go out of my way to do everything in my power to find her. When you say we have concerns because she's missing, two grave concerns based on what you saw, that's scary. And when it's somebody you know, right? She's on TV every day. When somebody you know, their family member is missing. Is she missing because of who her daughter is? Is she missing because she might have actually had cognitive impairment and walked away? We don't know. Did somebody break into the house while she was there? Or is it just because she's a public figure that we're looking at it and paying attention to it? And does that take away from those people who go missing each and every day and we don't get publicity like this? So then should law enforcement escalate the case that fast? So watch this. If it had been your mother or your father or your sister or brother or spouse that was missing, would law enforcement have escalated this case that big? Or did they know anything that we do that we slip on, national media is going to be on it every single step because of who her daughter is? In other words, do we pay attention to people when they're missing because of their celebrity? Or do we even pay attention to people who are missing? You remember the girl that got killed, Gabby, I forget her name. They was out west and she ended up dying, and the guy they found him, he killed himself and all that. We turned the world upside down.
Gabby Petito.
We turned the world upside down for some white girl that was missing, that was seen and said she was fine and wasn't under duress and all that. And we turned the world upside down. But a black girl can go missing. They probably did something. That is the way that we operate in America. And I think it's unfortunate. I really think that it's unfortunate. It is. Is this too much, or is this appropriate because it's her mother? Now, thoughts and prayers are with Savannah Guthrie, and I pray that her mother comes back safely. And whatever popularity you may have that can shed light on a loved one that's missing, use it. So watch this. Flip side, I got absolutely no problem with her using her national notoriety to make sure people find her mother. I got no problem with that. None. Do you? 833-212-1010. Do you have any? I don't know. Curly Q say this is crazy about Savannah Guthrie's mother, and they're saying it's a crime scene. Yeah. Yeah. It's She's 84 years old, so Crystal, she's 84 years old, needs medication, or she could become very ill or die. I wonder if they found what they found in the home to indicate a crime scene. Well, what they could have found is it could have been ransacked. There could have been broken glass. There could have been evidence of a struggle. These are all assumptions. It could have been blood found there. It could have been torn hair found there. Things spilled out. Evidence of a fight. There are many things that could make somebody go, we need to look into that. I hope they find her. I really do. And I hope she's safe. And Crystal said, to be fair, Gabby didn't look fine. She was crying and had marks on her body, and the cops should have done something more. No.
That was the second time that they got stopped.
The second time they got stopped, you're right. The second time they got stopped, it was like that. But when they got stopped initially, and guess what? She admitted fighting with him, and she admitting punching him. It was just a messed up thing. Here's the deal. Check your boyfriend. Check your girlfriend. I'm just saying. It's ooh. I don't know. And watch this. If you err on the side of caution and you end up being wrong, you get sued. If you don't do your job, you get sued. So what route do you take? Listen Fridays to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris during Black History Month for Dr. Ken's Trivia. It's not just questions, it's culture. Facts they don't teach you and a few stories that matter. We'll test what you know and teach each other something new along the way. Lock in your Fridays in February. Be ready to call in and bring your brain with you. Dr. Ken's Trivia, Friday in February on Truth in the Afternoon with me, Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, YouTube, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered with fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel. Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Caller number 1 at 833-212-1017 is the number. Wins 2 free tickets to the Truth Community Awards on Friday, February 20th. Caller number 1, you got to be number 1 in order to win 2 free tickets. 833-212-1017 is the number. It was great hanging out with y'all. Hey, YouTube chat, I love all y'all. Y'all be careful. Take it easy. Weather's not too bad. It's about 26 degrees, so it'll be pretty good. Caller number 1, 833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, Truth Unfiltered. Coming up, myself and the effective communication coach, Denise Thomas, will be covering it. I'll be in for the first hour, and then she'll be carrying it to 8 o'clock. Tori Lowe Show's going to jump in, and then on with the best in Milwaukee Black Talk. Hey, have a great evening. God bless. Take care. Thank you, DJ Brother Z. Appreciate you. I'm out.
Be quiet.